Hey guys, Gushan here, and this is my presentation on neuromuscular asymmetry in allied badminton. Quick overview of the badminton demand. We know that it's a very high intensity demanding sport, one of the toughest racket sports in the world, if I may say so. So on average, rallies run for 7 seconds, and we have a lot of unilateral explosive actions. And it's important to note that the lower limb injury rate among elite players it's around 54% based on the 2021 study. And what's important to note also would be that the asymmetric nature of those demands make a neuromuscular balance primordial, and that asymmetry is often not tracked, and that's a variable that we need to keep in check. The main problem would be that coaches and support staff have no way to check this lower limb asymmetry. And we know that asymmetry is very task specific dependent. Let's say if you're a badminton player, you're going to keep on launching and hitting only on one side. The other side doesn't do much. And this, over years, it's going to affect the way that you walk, you move, you lunge, you jump. So that particular conditioning is needed in allied badminton. There's no specific neuromuscular asymmetry profile for players, and there's no validated field-based asymmetry monitoring. And since badminton is a bit compared to sports like rugby, the strength and conditioning side is still underdeveloped, and there's a big gap of asymmetry research and on-code decision that we need to cater for. So the project is not a cold start. I've done my master's thesis on it, but my master's was on Mauritius amateur players only. I'm planning to expand that to an elite cohort of players. Uh, yeah. So my project aim and research questions would be to investigate lower limb neuromuscular asymmetry in allied badminton players and determine whether simple field-based monitoring systems can support injury prevention making and coaching decisions as well. So one of the questions that we could look at is what is the magnitude of lower limb neuromuscular asymmetry in allied badminton players? Or we could also look at can field-based monitoring of neuromuscular asymmetry provide a practical tool for injury prevention decision making in allied badminton? So in terms of design and methodology, this is what I'm planning to do. So my who part would be 10 to let's say 30 elite badminton players. Of course, age 18 and above, they need to be actively training and competing. We'll check that they are fit and ready for field testing. And I'm planning to recruit them internationally by using your help and the help of federations and other coaches. So the what part would be what I'm planning to do is to use a device called an isometric knee, a device called a handheld dynamometer, and that's going to allow me to measure limb strength and a force plate or a jump plate to measure single leg counter movement jump. And this will tell us like the different training loads and wellness markers. Of course, training load and wellness markers are not limited to those devices. There are other ways that we're going to employ. But this essentially gives us like a baseline for repeated monitoring assessments. And how to do that is I'm going to devise like a standardized protocol that's going to be used across these players worldwide. And we're going to make videos and manuals to make sure that it's properly standardized. And yeah, we'll collect the information and then we'll clean that information up. And yeah, since the grant is for 8,000 USD only, we need to find ways to optimize that money to make the research viable. So first step would be to recruit the players through networking. I would definitely need some help with that. And then we'll equip the people who are going to carry out the test for us. Might be the players or the coaches. And then we're going to collect that information, and then we're going to coordinate or clean that information, like I just said. So my project will affect elite badminton players, of course, but also I believe amateur players as well. All the coaches, technical staff, physios, SNCs, practitioners are gonna be in the loop, sports science as well, and different badminton federations. So we will have a first elite badminton specific asymmetry profile, and we're gonna do field-based monitoring framework for practitioners. And I'm planning to do like a practitioner infographic for the global badminton community as well, and then we can make recommendations to those people concerned. So in terms of project, it's gonna run for 18 months, and we're gonna split it into trimesters, six months, and I've split the expected output that you might have out of me into 3 different sections. So, first trimester, we're gonna get all the ethics and project setup completed, all the international recruitment network established, and collect a few of the data. And the baseline of the testing, I'm expected about 50% or so to be completed. Next trimester, we're gonna recruit the entire thing, all the players, and we're gonna set a proper baseline, and we're gonna repeat the assessment, collect more information. And lastly, once all the testing and monitoring is done, I'm gonna use all that information and start writing up the manuscript and have discussions with you guys. So with the 15-point system, we know that badminton is evolving, and we know that a lot of people play badminton. And we also know that badminton affects the body profoundly in asymmetric ways. And we need evidence-based tools to monitor and to manage this asymmetry, and not just in the lab, but on the field, on the court, where performance is taking place and players are competing. And this falls under the injury prevention team uh, and the medical side of the research as well. I'm asking for 8,000 USD, the maximum amount possible, and I can deliver this project in 18 months. Here's my reference list, and if you have any questions for me, I'm more than pleased to answer. Hopefully, I would really like to contribute to research in badminton. Yeah, cheers. See you guys.